Hello and welcome to Pedz Game Shack. My name is Pedz, and today we have with us a new person for the podcast who has also been on the G Arcade podcast with me and other people. They go by the name of Hypes. How are you doing, Hypes?
I'm all right, good, thanks. You?
Yeah, I'm doing well, just chilling out. Well, I say chilling out. I've got a fan on and I'm boiling hot, so I'm kind of melting more than chilling, but you know how it is.
It is warm.
Yeah, and I don't like hot weather. It's kind of like
Who does?
weird people. Weird people like hot weather.
Yeah, freaks.
How dare people enjoy things that we don't like? Bloody cheeky red.
Slightly warm, but yeah, too hot's just too hot.
Exactly. Way too hot. Right. For those who are new to the podcast, we do 3 segments usually. Today we're missing out one, which is top news, because we are. We've got currently playing and we play together. Currently playing is obviously simple. We talk about games that we've been playing recently. And we play together is where we talk about a game that we specifically picked to talk about on the podcast that we both played at this roughly the same time, so this week. Anyway, with that, Hypes, what are you currently playing?
Well, apart from mystery game that we've been playing this week,
yeah,
I suppose the main one is, well, big surprise, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, nice. I was playing that myself. I'm enjoying it. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but I'm enjoying it.
No, yeah. I mean, you're more likely to spoil it for me. I've not really had that much time on it.
I think about 25 hours.
I've probably had that, but I don't feel I've got anywhere. Yeah.
I've done one boss dungeon thing. That's about it. I've explored a bit more, but
I went over to the old Rito land and got to what was called the first temple. But
yeah, I did the same.
Yeah, found I was getting far too cold and ran out of frozen spell things, and probably off back to the start again to try and find some potions, ingredients. No, So what do you think of it?
So far, I'm enjoying it more than I did Breath of the Wild, because I know a lot of people love Breath of the Wild. I really like Breath of the Wild, but I was kind of disappointed with it by the time I finished the game. I only played it for around 50 to 55 hours, I think. Something like that. Whereas this, I'm about 20, 25 hours in, and I'm still like, yeah, I'm enjoying this. Whether I'll get 50 hours in and be like, I'm kind of getting tired of it. I still find it has the same kind of issue of, there's a camp. I'll go there and waste my weapons and then get something worse or just as good as the 2 or 3 of the items I've had to use to take it out. Like, I kind of feel like it still has that in the overworld, so it's like, But overall, I'm enjoying it. And my horse Glue is there, so I'm happy.
Your horse? Sorry, what?
My horse is named Glue.
Glue? Oh dear.
As in GLUE.
I gather. Harsh on the old horse, isn't it? Blimey.
Well, yeah. I was playing it the other day, actually, and I was attacked by an enemy. And fortunately, I didn't die. But my horse did, so I was like, at least I can make glue now.
Horse.
It was a bit sad that the horse died, but, wasn't my fault. Honest.
Really blameless.
Yeah. The thing that attacked me, I didn't realize would attack the horse. I just ran, and because I was struggling to kill it, and then it just murdered the horse. It's like, no, my horse! And I'm fire and arrows, and for some reason I'm actually doing the action of fire and arrows, even though no one can see me.
But you
Uh,
need the Patreon video podcast.
yeah, well, I'm not going to do that. How are you finding the game in comparison to Breath of the Wild, at least?
Yeah. So obviously it's extremely similar in ways. I mean, it's the same land. Sort of went back to Breath of the Wild just before this. I'd done another run through and I'd sort of left it. The Rito thing actually is just the last Divine Beast to do.
Right.
And then I did that, and then I suddenly realised there was loads of DLC left that I hadn't done that suddenly unlocked when I did all the 4 Divine Beasts. So I was like, oh crikey! So, I never got around to finishing it, and then I went straight into Tears of the Kingdom. So kind of got a bit of a, it's very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big open world thing with lots of things to do, and I find that I am just wandering off and heading over to the camp and wasting my weapons rather than progressing the story. But, I have been enjoying the underworld though. Really, I've spent far too much time down there, just wandering around in the dark, trying to see how far I can get with a couple of those light up things, and trying to find the big old light routes to light up a bit more.
Yeah.
I think I've enjoyed the underworld more than the overworld, really, even though there's absolutely nothing there apart from the odd small camp of moblins and weird massive monsters which I see and run away from.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, I've enjoyed my little time in the underworld. I haven't spent loads of time there, but I have done a bit in there. And I was fighting this lizardy, froggy thing, and it kept killing me because I kept screwing up killing it, so I just left it alone.
Oh, those like frogs that eat what are they called? Light seeds or whatever. Light seeds.
Yeah, them.
And they sort of jump into you and smash things.
Yeah. Keep dying against
So
them.
I've been enjoying that. I haven't really got into the whole crafting and merging things together to create machines. I see in the underworld there's a lot of sort of like doors where there's loads of fans and spider things and rockets and whatnot. And well, there's been far too dark to do anything useful. I'll leave that all behind.
Yeah, I tend to just make the things that I need to do to get from A to B. Like, oh, you have to do a minecart with a fan on it. I'll just do a minecart with a fan on it, and that's about it. Like, maybe I'll occasionally stick a rocket on it so it goes a bit faster on occasion, but other than that.
And then I suppose in the overworld, on the Hyrule, I've been quite enjoying just going along the path and finding that absolute loser who's just standing around holding the signs up for President, whatever his name is. I'm like, is it President Hudson? That's it. It's a definitive puzzle that I know there's no real right answer. All you got to do is just stick a load of things on it and keep the sign up, and then bang.
Yeah. Sometimes though, if you put this stuff too close to him, it won't work. You got to kind of get it like slightly in front of him.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, and all the signs are slightly different. Sometimes they'll tip over. Sometimes they've got no base on or whatever. So
that was annoying when the first time I came across one that didn't have a base. I was like, "What the hell's going on? Am I falling over?" Oh, right, yeah.
Perfect. What? Oh, yeah. I like those little puzzles. And the shrines. They've all been quite good so far. I don't think I've had any hideous rotating shrines like there were.
Yeah. The hideous rotating shrines were great in Breath of the Wild for quickly flipping somehow in a weird way and then flipping the pad over and then just moving the ball upside down into where it needed to go so you didn't have a fanny with it going around it's just cheating basically, but it was easier.
Ended up upside down yourself because you were trying to rotate the thing. And there's definitely one shrine I completely teased. I mean, I missed half of it. There was I was on a much higher level and there was a ladder down, and then there was one of those like massive balls that you've got to get into the crater to unlock the thing. There was like a whole other load of stuff to do over on my right. Looked like it was going back for miles, but in the end I sort of just touched the ball to something and touched that to something, then like lifted it up as far as I could, waved it around for a bit, then used the old reverse time thing, ran back up the ladder, got it grabbed it while it was still high enough. That's definitely not how that was supposed to be done.
No,
Like,
that doesn't sound like it. It sounds like one that I did, which is where you have to like hit it one way and it goes around in a circle kind of thing. And then the ball has to get at the end and you have to fling it across things and shit. But sounds like your way was easier. Only because I remember a big old ladder.
With these powers, there's be countless ways to achieve the things. I've not quite got the whole rockets or balloon down to a T to get them exactly right. It was one of those powers that to unlock the map. It had like a bit of a block over it, and you had to shoot rockets up to get up to there. And like, I'm going all over the place. I'm not doing this. It'd be enough.
I found the best thing to do to go upwards with the rocket is attached to your shield and I don't know, shield up and then it just launches. Something like that, anyway.
Yeah. There's countless options. I don't like too many options. Like one specific way of doing it. I don't know how. That's not how this is.
No, not at all. Are you playing anything else other than Zelda?
I suppose the one thing I'm playing all the time at the moment, Zelda, is Marvel Snap.
Oh, right, yeah. I played it a little bit.
Yeah. No, I've really quite got into that. It's like your deck building games, as it were. Win your Pokemon, your Yu-Gi-Oh. It's
Hearthstone.
only on an app, but probably but it's on your app on your phone, so it's only electronic. You have to build a deck out of all your Marvel superheroes who all have their own powers on the cards or whatever. But there's also 3 zones on this playing field that each have their own little thing that happens. They might give all odds there -1 power. They might cause an action to be repeated. You might not even be able to play things there. And so that changes. So that gives a variety to every single game that you play. And probably the best thing about it is that there's only like 6 turns to a game. So each game only really takes like 5 minutes max, if that at all. I've been playing that for months now, really. There's the pay to. It's not really pay to win. You can pay and unlock. There's like a season pass every month where you can unlock the new card that they release, and I think the most you can really pay for things is for variants of different cards and just different artwork. So whilst the more you play it, you do unlock more powerful cards. The matching's quite good. So you never feel like you're really most of the time coming up against someone who's just got massive cards and can just beat you all the time. It's quite well matched. But I'd suggest giving that a go.
Yeah, I played it a couple of times. Seems enjoyable enough. It's just I haven't I played it a lot simply because I'm playing so many other games. And I say so many other games, I'm playing a couple of other games, but it seemed all right. And like you said, it's nice and quick as well, the matches. So you can jump in, have a couple of games and then jump off. I'm very early into the game. I'm low leveled. I've got barely any cards. So
you consistently unlock cards, which is good. There's quite a few people on the forum who play it.
I've also noticed there's people on G Arcade. For those who don't know, that's a forum that we tend to go on, garcade.co.uk. May as well plug the forum for a bit. But on G Arcade, there's a thread for it, and a couple of people I've noticed are posting like, "Oh, this is the deck I've been using recently. Here's the code to use the deck." You
can share decks quite easily, so that's good. If you're not into, I don't know what's really going to work with these different cards, or you're bound to be able to find one online. It works quite well. Quite swapping around all the decks and trying different things each time. Yeah, it's good.
I would like to do a bit more on there, but at the moment I've been playing a different mobile game. So because
What mobile game are you playing?
Shadow Raiders or something. I can't remember what it's called exactly. Legend of Raiders or some crap. You just get some characters and then you take out people. I think there's online stuff, but I've just been doing the PvE part of it. It's
Shadow
alright.
Raiders.
Raiders, I think.
Not Raid. Shadow Legends.
Shadow Legends? Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the
Shadow
one all the
Legends.
YouTubers advertise.
Well, I only know of it because I basically downloaded something called Mist Play, and if you earn enough points, it gives you some like vouchers and stuff that you can use on like Google Play or wherever else. So I was like, oh, that's one of the games. I'll have a look at it, and it's like really simplistic to play. You just get some characters, and you can earn characters as you play, or you can spend money to buy characters, which I'm not willing to do. But then I've basically just been like doing missions and stuff and unlocking things, and I've got some decent characters on there, I think. I guess. Like, but it's just alright. And the good thing is you can put it on auto mode. So sometimes if you're like, oh, I want to quickly go do something else, I'd press auto and then go and do something else quickly, and it'll come back to it and sort it out. By auto mode, I mean like you can press auto and it'll do the battle. Like if you know you're gonna win, there's no point just sitting there and just selecting what you do it, and you just press auto and let it do it for you.
That's all right.
It's all right. It's all right game.
Yeah.
It's not as complex as the Marvel game because it's not as random in the sense of it's always the same. It's either 3, 4, or 5 enemies, and that's it. The only time I've really struggled with it is when I've got up against like the spider boss or whatever it's called, the spider giants, like some bollocks like that. Because every round it spawns in loads of little spiders, and then that takes up more attacks to get it's just a pain in the ass. But I'm not that far into that either. I haven't played it loads. I play for like 10 minutes a day, something like that.
Yeah, a little bit then. Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick go like. I still have got Marvel Snap installed, I think.
I'll give it a go. I think they've now got it where you can play friendly games or whatever with anyone. So
that's cool.
Some arcade games.
But I want to steal people's points. I think I won most of the games I did play, but I have no idea if that's against people or bots or anything, because I don't know how that works.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of bots. Sometimes you can work out you're playing a bot because they do something absolutely ridiculous or whatever. Yeah, and so it's called Marvel Snap because you can snap in it, try and double the cubes that you win at the end of the game. So it's in a way it's a bit like poker there. You go all in and the other person can either also go all in or just carry on or can choose to flee at that point. Like we're all going to lose.
I'm going to destroy you.
Yeah, but yeah, you get matched against people of your own ranking, so you don't get.
Yeah.
No, give it a go. It's good.
Yeah.
What else have I been playing? It was just before Zelda. I played Metroid Dread. Not Fusion, Dread.
Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No. So I completed that. Yeah. I played it when it came out originally. I haven't been waiting for a 2D Metroid for 19 years or whatever, and I didn't really get into it.
Oh, right, that's shocking.
I didn't really enjoy it. Well, I didn't really enjoy it, and I got to the final boss, couldn't beat him. A recurring theme in Metroid games, I think, and I sort of left it there. And then I thought, well, I should go back to it, but it didn't work out what I had to do. So obviously, started a new file, and then I think I enjoyed it more this time. I'm still not entirely sure about what they called Emmys, EMMIs.
Yeah.
They're a bit frustrating at points.
Yeah,
one near the end, it seems it's just a killer one.
I found them a little frustrating at first, but then I got into the working it out like a puzzle. I don't know why, but it came to me as like, oh, this is kind of like a puzzle more than anything. And then I started enjoying them more. But if you're really, really good at timing the getting caught by them, then you don't have to worry. Just get caught and like block the attack and run.
I'm not sure how easy that is because there seems to
It's
be
not.
where it changes for each enemy, and
It's very hard.
yeah,
Very hard.
occasionally you get it, you're like, yes, and then you're like, oh no, I'm still stuck. I'm still going to get me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you just like run through, you're like, oh, I've got to wait for him to come there. But then once at the end, it's like, well, I've gone invisible. I rolled into a corner, and he's still standing there, just looking at me. While I wait for myself, what am I going to do? It feels quite frustrating, but yeah, overall, I, I quite enjoyed it at the end, and the last boss was really good once I looked at what it did.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Dread. I thought it was really bloody good.
Yeah, I much prefer the pixel art of the older games, but I got round to this art style and enjoyed it at the end. Now I'm hoping for Metroid 6.
Yeah, I wonder where they would go with Metroid 6. Or Metroid Prime 4 if that ever comes out.
Metroid Prime 4. When's that coming? I haven't heard anything about that for years.
Yeah, it's been like 100 years at least.
I mean, I don't expect it will come out on Switch. I don't even think it'll be a bridge game. I mean, I have no idea what went into that planned for later, but yeah.
No clue what's happening with that, or if it'll ever come out at all.
No, well, I think it's got to come out at some point. Is it still Retro who are doing it?
It's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe this Retro. It was
it Retro that started off doing it and then it got canned?
No, I think it was. I think it was Namco or something. Namco Bandai maybe started it. It was a different company, and then it got canned, and then Retro started it up again. Something like that, I believe. Anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Will we see Metroid Prime 4 in the next 10 years? Make a poll on Twitter and ask people what they think. I ain't doing it, I'm too lazy.
Yeah, we might have a new Zelda and a new Mario before then.
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have a Mario Kart by then. Oh wait, I don't know. Maybe they'll just re-release Mario Kart 8 Super Deluxe or something.
Yeah. I think we'll ever have a new Mario.
Was that man you cut out for there? You said.
Oh, I don't think we'll ever have a new Mario Kart. Nintendo would happy just to re-release everything and add more tracks and then make people pay for the same tracks again, and people will still buy it.
Yeah. You're probably right, unfortunately.
People are the worst.
Yep. God damn you, people who keep buying Mario Kart 8. I didn't buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. My missus bought it for me, so it doesn't count.
I did buy it, but that's because I moved to Germany and joined a Switch rooftop party where everyone was playing. So, join in and be like in an advert. Feel cool with my rooftop people.
Yeah, you gotta be cool with the rooftop people.
Now I don't really play it anymore.
No,
I stopped. Mondays come back, and the past Fridays I've played a couple, but it annoys me.
Yeah,
it's not good for my heart.
No, it's not. I did jump back into it when it came back, and I was playing it for a few weeks, and then I just thought, this game is going to be the death of me. I get angry at games sometimes, yeah, but nothing like Mario Kart. I don't know what it does. I think it's the randomness of it. It just really pissed me off. Like I'm doing really good, and then all of a sudden I'll get nailed by 90 things, and then at last what I've been in first for nearly 3 full laps. And it's the last bend, and I'll end up in 11th, and it's like, what?
It's like the people who are really good enter, in first or second most of the time. But then, the people who are all right, you'll be like, oh, I'm first, and it's the start of the third lap, and then suddenly everything comes at you, and you end up 12th.
Yeah.
So infuriating. Or you'll be like 7th, and everyone behind you's getting bullet bills and going past, and everyone in front of you's getting bullet bills and going past, and you get like a banana. Yeah. I think it doesn't help in Deluxe the 2 items and the 2 item boxes, it just increased the chaos so much more than it did from the original Mario Kart 8. And thus the randomness and the learning sense of injustice every time, and the soon to happen aneurysm that's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody Mario Kart. I'll have words with that game one day.
What have you been playing?
Apart from Shadow Legends, I think that's what it was called. Can't remember already.
Raid Shadow Legends.
But yeah, apart from that game, I've been playing. I recently played through Halo 5 with Cumber Danes in a co-op session. We finished it. We played it for 2 days. Don't play for long, only like 3 hours at most usually. So we played it last Wednesday and last Saturday. We finished Halo 5, and I still personally stand by Halo 5 being better than Halo 4. I don't know if that's a popular opinion. I don't think it is. I think people prefer 4 to 5. But my opinion is those people are wrong. I think the reason why people prefer 4 to 5 is because you play as Master Chief through the entire game. Whereas in Halo 5, you play as someone called Locke for the majority of the game, and Master Chief occasionally. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a Halo 5. So
yeah, there's Halo 5.
That's my opinion.
The newest Halo is Halo Infinite, which is the 6th one, basically. I haven't played that yet. I was going to wait till the co-op was out, and it took a year or so to come out. By the time we get into it anyway, me and Cumberdade's going to play it in co-op, and we haven't even got... We only just finished 5, so there was no rush anyway. But yeah...
Is Halo 5 called Halo 5?
Halo 5 is called Halo 5 Guardians, I think.
There you go.
Yeah. Halo 4, I think, is called Halo 4. And Halo 1 is Halo Combat Evolved. And Halo 2 is Halo 2.
Oh, that's Halo Combat Evolved. Halo 1.
Yeah. And then
on
Halo
the
3
old
is Halo 3.
Xbox.
Yeah. But, like the Halo games, I enjoy them. I don't think they're amazing, but I do enjoy playing them, especially in co-op, because it's a bit more fun then. And I think 3 and Reach are my favorite of the ones I've played, which is 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach, and 4 and 5. So most of them of the normal mainline games, not like Spartan Assault or Halo Wars 1 and 2. I haven't really played them, so played a little bit of Spartan Assault.
Are they FPSs or third person Halo games?
FPS for the majority of the time. It does go into third person when you're on a vehicle or when you're using certain weapons, like big heavy weapons, like say you can pick up a turret. It'll go into third person when you walk around with a turret, or because you can detach them, or when you're actually on the turret. I think it goes into... No, it stays in first person when you're on a turret. It's when you pop one off, I think. Yeah, depends on the turret. Maybe. I don't know. Can't remember.
Yeah.
I only played it the other day, but I can't remember. My memory is shite. But yeah.
There's a huge backlog of Microsoft, Sony games that I have to get around to at some point, whenever I get a decent PC or PlayStation 5 or Xbox.
That's the thing now. If you get a really good PC, right, you don't need any consoles apart from like the Switch. If you wanted to go down the naughty route, you don't even need a Switch. But if you had a Switch and a banging PC, then you're sorted, because PlayStation games are coming to PC. Xbox games are on PC. Well, why do you need an Xbox or a PlayStation?
Yeah, I think I'll get a PC. And then you can do things as well. And a Switch. Or just gaming on the go and Nintendo things you wish to. Yeah. Yeah. And it's also good for all the retro stuff that Nintendo are rubbish at putting out on their own systems.
Yeah, it's shocking. It's shocking how bad they are with Nintendo Switch Online stuff. Like the virtual console.
Looking at the 64 app when you were talking about stuff to play. And the only new game they'd added was Pokemon Stadium. That's Pokemon Stadium too. And I'm like, yeah, great. You don't have Pokemon to connect to that, so that's half the game gone.
Exactly. Kind of pointless then.
Yeah. And, feed a game every 6 months or something. It's terrible.
It is awful. I don't understand what's taking them so long, but what do I know? I'm not a game developer in any way, shape, or form, therefore I have no idea what work goes into it, but you wouldn't think it'd be a lot.
It doesn't need to be developed. It was developed.
Yeah, it needs to be.
5 years ago.
It needs to not so much be developed. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But you know what I mean. I don't do game stuff, so I can't really comment on how much work goes into doing it. But you wouldn't think it would be that much to get it running on the Switch. But what do I know?
Well, yeah, they've never been good about re-release or releasing their older games on newer consoles, unless it's a full-priced remake or dodgy, bungs together all-stars, really, isn't it?
Yeah, good point. Yeah. The other game I've literally finished today, I think today I finished it, was Sonic Unleashed.
Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Don't know what that voice was, but yeah, I played through Sonic Unleashed bit by bit. I've made my way through it, and I finished it today. And I would rate the game 5, maybe. It's very average. Like, I think the Wayhog levels bring the game
5
down.
out of...
Yeah, 5 out of 10. I'll give it an average score. I'm not that mean to give it 5 out of 100.
Okay.
Well, I'm not giving it 5 out of 5 either. No. It's basically
5 out of 14.
5 out of 14. That's better. I like that one. But it's kind of the Sonic levels.
Is it a 2D or 3D one?
It's 3D. It was the one that was released on the Wii, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. And you turn into a Wayhog.
Remaster.
Yeah.
I can't say I ever really got into Sonic.
See, I like the older Sonic games. I don't mind, and I quite enjoy. I don't think they're amazing games, but I like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, and I enjoyed playing. Well, I played the Sonic Colors back in the day. I enjoyed Sonic Frontiers to an extent. So, I've enjoyed Sonic games. Sonic Mania was really good as well, but more Sonic Lost Worlds was really good in my opinion. But the majority of the 3D games have been shite. And this is the Sonic levels are decent, but I think Sonic's too fast half the time, and too much of it is auto-played. You hit a spring and then it'll bounce you around and spin you around, and you only have to hold forward. Like the older Sonic games.
Has that not always been the case with Sonic?
No, because there was
I sort of liked the idea of it when I was younger.
In the older Sonic games, there is actual platforming you need to do. It's not just holding forward. But
yeah,
the gotta go fast thing kind of became what they were aiming for, I think. And it was the only thing they were fucking aiming for. So
yeah, it's got to go fast. Mario's slow and everything. But yeah, when I didn't have a Mega Drive or whatever when I was younger. But I liked going around my friend's house and playing Sonic. But I always felt I was either missing everything the level had to offer by doing a spin and zooming around the level, or I was just going around it slowly, going jumping up, trying to avoid things, losing all my things.
Sonic games are good. When they're good, they are genuinely good. I think some people don't like them because they just don't get on with them, and that's totally understandable.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed the Sonic Advance.
Yeah, Sonic Advance was good, and Sonic Rush was good as well. I didn't play the second one very much, so the Rush was on DS, I think. Sonic Rush, yeah, DS, not 3DS, but DS, dual system,
but then,
dual screen, whatever it's called.
Is it Adventure? Is that the Dreamcast, the first 3D one?
Yeah.
It's obviously a lot harder to go super fast in a 3D space, isn't it?
Yeah.
you've got to be exact on where you're going.
I guess that's probably why they always have gimmicks, because the games are going to be too short. But they could just have tidy
Yeah.
platforming. And the biggest issue in the 3D Sonic games always is the camera. The camera is awful. There's so many times I died on the final level today because I'd be like, oh, you have to crawl across this pipe. So take your time, which is cool. Take my time going across this pipe, make sure I don't fall. Oh, the camera angle changed and I just turned and walked off the pipe into my death, into some lava. Well done, game.
Yeah, no, I've no real idea with what happened to Sonic post Dreamcast. You know, obviously Sega lost their consoles to develop Sonic specifically for, and just sort of extrapolated onto Nintendo consoles and Microsoft consoles. And
yeah, it's just disappointing. It's disappointing that Sonic kind of shot the bed, but there are some good games on occasion. Every so often you'll get a decent Sonic game, you know? So, yeah. But
how
with
is it
levels of
advanced
crap.
the story?
Basically, Sonic becomes a Wayhog, the planet explodes, then it gets put back together. Dark Gaia is an evil thing, which I think is like Chaos was like a water thing, Dark Gaia is like a fiery thing. I think they tend to have like a different element. I can't remember in Sonic 06, but that was shite anyway, so who cares?
I mean, I say this like story's important, you know. Mario, oh, Peach is kidnapped. It's a new game. Zelda, oh, England's back. It's a new game. Yeah, the gameplay is the most important thing.
Sonic is usually Eggman or Dr. Robotnik, as I knew him when I was a child.
I was going to say, when did Dr. Robotnik become Dr. Eggman?
Sonic Adventure. They called him Dr. Eggman Robotnik or Robotnik Eggman or something in there. And then Eggman afterwards. But it's always been Eggman in Japan. Just in the West, it was Robotnik, which I prefer. Robotnik.
He'll always be Robotnik to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm sounding like a Brexit boomer saying there's still marathon bars, there's still opal fruits or whatever. But yeah, no.
But yeah, I prefer Robotnik. It makes sense. Like, and the Badniks then also have a good name instead of Eggman and Eggman's Robots. You know, I don't know if they've got a proper name, but
oh no, it's Eggman's Robots.
And also, like, in the 3D games, a lot of them, the enemies are like robots, like proper robots, not cool, weird robotic flies or robotic ladybirds and things like that. So it's kind of like, I'd rather have a more colorful, more interesting designed set of enemies than this robot can float. This robot has big guns. This robot has big legs. That kind of thing. I know, So yeah, that's what I've been playing. Yeah.
Well, what else is Sega up to nowadays? What games does Sega make?
Sonic.
Yeah.
Ristar. No, they don't make Ristar. Or Ristar, whatever you want to call it. Are they involved in Warhammer? Like the
no.
The like I can't remember. Total War Warhammer. They do the Total War series, or is it someone else? I'm not sure. Yakuza, I think they publish. Don't know if they develop them. So, but I think they've changed the name of Yakuza to Like a Dragon, maybe. Yeah.
Like a Dragon.
Something like. Yeah, I think it's Like a Dragon. I might be wrong though. Eat a Dragon, maybe. I can't remember. I think it's Like a Dragon.
Oh, go eat a dragon.
I can't remember.
Like a Dragon 8. Endless Dungeon, whatever that is. Total War Pharaoh. Like a Dragon.
Yeah, endless.
Like,
There's a few endless games. There's endless dungeon, endless space, or something. Endless oops. It's a lot of endless stuff. Well, not a lot, but there's a few, and I think there's a couple of sequels as well.
bring back Alex World, Alex Kidd World.
Yeah, Alex Kidd. Well, they did do a remake of Alex Kidd in Miracle World called
You know what, I'm
Alex
just
Kidd
looking
in Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX, and I played through it and I really enjoyed it. It's
Oh, well, there you go.
easier than Alex Kidd because you can continue when you die instead of you needing to have enough money to continue when you die, so you can just continue. Fortunately, because Alex Kidd is a fucking bitch, man. In Miracle World, it's tough. You know, the earlier levels are not too bad, but as it gets from the forest onwards, it gets mean. Mean.
Mean, bad. This says Bayonetta under Sega.
Yeah,
Games,
Bayonetta's Sega.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's all three or just the first, though.
Football Manager.
Yeah, Football Manager, they do.
Sports in terms.
So they do quite a bit still.
Mm.
It's just remembering what they do. Would you like to move on to the next game we're going to talk about, which is the We Play Together section?
Absolutely.
Okay, then. So, for the We Play Together section, we have been playing a game that has been out for several years on all the consoles, all the PCs, called Inside. And what are your thoughts on Inside?
I mean, what the hell is this game? What on earth is that? I've never heard of this before.
No?
So yeah, no, never heard of it before. And
All right.
yeah, it was on sale on the eShop, down to about £1.20 or something, which I bought entirely using gold points. So that was nice. Yeah, I mean, this game freaks me out.
I enjoyed it.
No, I'm very much enjoying it. I've not finished it yet. I've no idea how long it's going on for. I mean, it gives you nothing. Have you been playing it this week? You just jump right in.
I played
What on
it.
earth is going on?
I played it. I started it yesterday, but my where I record, I sit over by the SETI and stick OBS on and record there. But I use my phone to do it, and when I press record on my phone, it lights up. But for some reason, it wasn't doing that, so I stopped after about an hour and a half of playing because I couldn't tell if I was recording or not, and I only had 2 recordings or 3 recordings after streaming for that long, recording for that long. So it's like, oh, okay, I don't think I recorded most of this. Oh, and this bit is me playing Rocket League. So, you know, so like a half hour of one of the recordings, because I thought, oh, it's a good size recording. That'll be enough. Rocket League, me messing around on the dashboard of my Xbox, because I didn't realize, but I have it on the Xbox, so I just played it on there.
Okay.
So I played through it on that. I finished it today. I played that yesterday, and then today I finished it off. And
Okay.
I
was going to say.
the first game they made was Limbo. Which
Yes, someone at work was telling me Limbo was first, but I've never heard of that either.
Yeah, Limbo I've played. I played it before and I didn't like it. And what I saw of Inside, I thought, different aesthetic, but same kind of game. I'm probably not going to enjoy it. And then I was pleasantly surprised because I did enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I've really been quite enjoying it. I thought I played it for an hour and a half in bit thirds, but definitely not because I finished it. But yeah, so
you won't finish an hour and a half unless you know exactly what you're doing. It took me longer than that. Like I did an hour and a half yesterday, and then more today, probably about the same.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised so far. I've solved all the puzzles without needing to look at hints or guides or whatever, because I'm usually that rubbish. I managed to solve everything after a little couple of tries or whatever myself. But yeah,
Yeah,
for
I don't
anyone who
think
doesn't know,
I don't think you'll end up needing a guide because nothing is too complicated. It's all
mm,
pretty simple, in my opinion. And I'm not great at puzzle games myself, um, but I managed with this quite okay. Like there was a couple where it took me a while because there's some
mm,
puzzles that are just generally quite long.
yeah,
But otherwise, I don't think you'll have issues.
no,
You
but
know?
yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, inside, you play a small child, a boy who is escaping from something or running away from something, and you start off, you're just dropped into this world, no indication about controls or anything. You can pause and see what the who controls are. Um, but yeah, you just sort of run along, you run along, and then all of a sudden, there'll be some men with torches and dogs, and they'll come over and strangle you or drown you. It's pretty horrific. Or you will be chased and mauled to death by dogs. It's
Yeah,
it's, it's like
the dogs
the
are
dogs.
so brutal, man.
They're like, I've been chased. I've got to run. I've got to jump over the fence, and the dogs run around. I've got to jump over the back. I've got to pull this off. Ah, the dogs have pulled me. But yeah,
And
and you
one
just
dog is brutal enough, but when you get killed by three dogs at once, it's
the
just
dogs
like,
just and you just
wow.
see this small child's been torn apart, and his limbs just go all over the place. You're like, oh my god. But yeah, I mean, and you just sort of you're running. You're just running through this world. Weird. It seems like you're sort of like escaping a prison initially, but then it just gets more and more weird. And the bit where you're underwater, and then there's this like weird long-haired sort of the ring hover style swimmer that just comes and eats you. I'm just like, no,
Yeah, it's pretty
it's
brutal.
quite scary.
I know a lot of people. One of the complaints about Limbo was that it was just really brutal for the sake of being really brutal. It
Mm.
was you were a child in that as well, but this didn't feel quite as bad as that. Like in that, you'd get eaten by a giant spider, you'd randomly fall into spikes, and it just seemed all OTT in comparison. This is
Oh, I
kind of
mean, I could cope with being eaten by a spider or falling to spikes. This is like realistic. This is just
that's
animals
fair
coming
enough.
around and just pushing your face into a puddle and drowning the little. It's horrific.
It is
Utterly
brutal.
terrifying.
I was
But
thinking,
yeah,
because I'm sure like I got shot by someone, but it was like a trank dart was sticking at me, so I thought, oh, maybe they're not actually trying to kill the kid; they're just going to capture him, and and then he goes back to where he escaped from,
no, yeah, there's
and then a
points where you get
dog.
shot.
And then a dog caught me and pulled me onto the floor and literally snapped my neck. And I was like, "Oh, okay,
It's
fair
bits where you
enough."
get shot. Bits where like electric things will shoot out at you and
Yeah,
shock you. I was on a bit earlier today where you sort of run along and there's just this like these massive. Your body will literally explode.
yeah,
It's going all over the place. You've got to try and avoid the massive pressure wave or whatever it is.
yeah.
And yeah, and then I don't know. At some point, you start being able to control other bodies that are just around
Yeah,
and them. Yeah,
yeah.
and
It's
that's weird. But
I like the
it's
puzzle
sort of
element of the
like
game.
develops a new puzzle element of it. You're not just pulling things down. Trying suddenly you controlling other things. It all changes. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that's a good thing
now I
about it. It introduces new puzzles that are not too far removed from earlier puzzles. It's kind of
yeah, it
like
just sort of
think about it
evolves
like a
each time. Yeah.
Nintendo game in a sense, where the first level of a stage of a world in the older games will teach you like
How to play, yeah.
these how to play it in the sense of like, oh, there's these jumps, but there's no real consequences, and now these jumps have got slight consequences, and now they're more difficult and much harder. And it's kind of like that with the puzzles, where it gives you like the
Mm,
basics and then expands upon them as it goes along, especially with the controlling of people.
yeah. I mean, well, I don't know how far. I've got further and it's become really weird now. Um, but it gives you no indication of how much further I've got to go. I presume I'm escaping from something. I don't know where this end is. You go back and through. You go through labs and scientists watching you. You're like, what's going on? Where's the end? How far have I got to go? But no, I mean, I'm enjoying the puzzles, and you know, apart from the traumatizing nature of it, it's good.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It is a bit but overall the game itself is quite good. But yeah, you just get murdered by everything, man.
Yeah,
Quite brutally. Like you said, the pressure things, you literally see your limbs fly off you. And there was one bit
I mean,
later on where something was happening after where you are, and I'm pretty sure I was getting cut in half. Like down the middle.
yeah, I mean, I can sort of cope with that. Just it's comedy. He's just been exploded into many bits. It's the men that run after you and then suddenly just strangle you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, warped mind thought of this. Yeah, I mean,
Twisted mind,
obviously
man.
you finished it. Is there any explanation of what's going on at the end?
I'm gonna answer your question with a question. What do you
Oh,
think?
probably not.
That may
What
be
is
the
going on?
case, but it may not
Yeah,
be. Maybe he'll explain
it's-
exactly what the fuck was going on, because I'm even more
I'm,
confused than you.
I'm inside. What am I inside? I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, the bit where I've got to. I mean, I didn't want to spoil it, but I am no longer the little boy.
Yeah, I know.
What on earth?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but no, this has definitely been worth £1.20 of my gold points.
Yeah,
And,
I think I got it from Gold, Xbox Live Gold, so I must have had it free without realizing it. But yeah, it was worth downloading.
yeah.
It's a lot more enjoyable. Like Limbo, I didn't get on with. When I first saw Limbo, I thought, yeah, that looks really cool. So I like the look of it, the
Hmm.
aesthetic of it. Like, but playing now, it's like, I don't like it. Which, was a shame. But whereas
Yeah,
Limbo, I was like, Insight, so I was like, oh, it's going to be the same kind of thing. And it is brutal and over the top and that, but it's just generally a genuinely good game, which is surprising because I genuinely thought I would hate it.
published by Playdead. Oh, Pix's video game department.
Hmm.
Limbo. Oh, so it came out in like 2018 on the Switch.
Yeah, it's been out for a
Blimey.
long
And,
while.
and 2016 on something else, obviously. Blimey.
Not sure if it was even on
Yeah,
the Wii U.
doesn't say so. I mean, well, nothing was on the Wii U, so
No, no. And everything that was on the Wii U is now on the Switch anyway, so.
yeah, pretty much. Except Star Fox Zero.
Yeah, yeah, true. But have you played a
Yeah,
game called Little Nightmares?
I have not.
I played that for the podcast a couple of
Mm.
months back with someone called Ashua, and we enjoyed that. That game kind of reminded me of this game. I'm not sure which one came out first, but it's got a similar kind of premise where you're like trying to escape something,
Mm.
but like it's not loads of weird. It's not like normal people in there. You're like a really small thing, and everything else is really big in comparison. And everything's grotesque. Whereas I didn't find
Okay.
this game where everything was grotesque. It was more a stylized realism, if that makes
Mm.
sense. So,
Yeah.
like, I think getting killed in that game is a lot less. I wouldn't say traumatizing, but in
Oh,
that game,
yeah.
some people might say traumatizing, but in that, it's a lot less traumatizing then, I'll just use that word, than in this game where you see what looks like a guy will drown you, or a dog will snap your neck, or you'll get drowned
Mm.
in a puddle, by someone, not just because you fell in a puddle, someone will literally hold your head underwater.
Yeah.
it's pretty grim. All in all. Are you
Yeah.
going to? Well, we can still talk about the game more. Have you got more to say about the game? Because other than it's really good, I actually rather enjoyed it. I don't know what else I can say.
Yeah, no, I've really enjoyed it. I like puzzle games. I mean, I can't say I've really played one in this style. I wouldn't have thought, a sort of runner, solve puzzles, and try not to get killed at the same time. But no,
Yeah.
so I might check out Limbo and Little Nightmares. Evidently, Little Nightmares came out on Inside, according to Wikipedia.
There
But
you
yeah,
go.
no, I'll look forward to whatever Play Dead do next, if they've not
Yeah,
already done something next.
I have no clue. They might have done. I would look, but my phone's over there. So
No, apparently it's just as Limbo and Inside, 2010 and 2016. So they should have released one in 2022. What are you up to, Playdead?
they are probably would have had a game out last year, but because of COVID, it's delayed till next year or something. Maybe, who knows? I haven't heard anything, to be fair. Hopefully
It
they'll
does
come
say
up with something interesting.
on their website, it's got join us on our next project.
Ooh.
Get an actual job, so maybe they're nowhere near developing it.
Right.
Okay. They're Danish.
Nice. Those
But yeah,
bloody
no,
Danes and their weird, sick fantasies.
yeah, all about pastries as well.
Uh, so yeah,
Yeah,
are you going to continue with the game?
yes, I am. Hopefully, I will finish it very shortly. I've not had much playing time in the last few weeks. I'm getting married in 9 days. That's taken
Lovely.
up a lot of my time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet.
There'll be a long flight for the honeymoon to play a lot of things on. And I'll probably knock off Zelda in that time.
Nice.
Yeah. I've really liked Inside. Well, I can't say having not finished it. I presume it's a relatively short game.
It is short, yeah. I can safely say that it won't be long and you'll have finished it.
Whether I'd have enjoyed it as much had I paid whatever it was on the eShop, $14.99 rather than the reduced price of £1.
Yeah, I think I'd have enjoyed it as much, but I think I might have been a bit. That's the thing when it comes to games, it's weird because I could have a game like that I pay £60 for, and it's super super long, but I won't enjoy as much as something I've paid like £40 for, but is like 6 hours long. So I find it hard to judge on cost for length because sometimes the game is so much better than something bigger. It's just because it is a better game. And sometimes it's like, I think if it carried on too much longer, it would have outstayed its welcome. There are games I've actually said I'm glad it finished when it did, because I think too much more and it would have been like, yeah, it's gone on a bit long now. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't say I could carry on playing this game for, the 100 hours that you might put into a Zelda game. Yeah, I mean, one, I'd probably have to have therapy afterwards, but yeah, you'd probably get bored.
Yeah.
No,
Bored of
yeah.
seeing how a little
It's
child
a
can
good
get
experience.
murdered in different ways repeatedly.
Yeah. Twisted minds.
So they should be called, not Play Dead, Twisted Minds. So they should have called themselves. And then everyone would know what they're getting into when they play the games.
Yeah, so I will definitely finish it.
Nice. And I finished it, so...
And I recommend it as well.
Yeah, I would recommend if you haven't played it. It's been out for a good 7 years or so, so I think most people will have played it, but that doesn't matter. If you haven't played it, give it a try. It's a very good game. It's very short if you haven't got a lot of time either. And it saves after every so often. I'm not sure exactly when. It's like chapters
that was
thing.
good. Well, it's not even that. It's like every puzzle, really. You sort of do a puzzle and you get it wrong. Rather than you get it wrong, you get killed. You sort of go back to the start area of that puzzle or whatever.
Yeah,
That was quite good. Yeah,
it's not.
I enjoyed the way that was set up.
not too much of redoing things. Like, there's been times where I've died in a game and it's sent me so far back. Like in Sonic, I game over on the final level because of that stupid freaking goddamn camera and some of the bullshit it was doing. And a game over, and I was most of the way through the level and I had to redo it all. I wanted to cry, man.
But Pedz, you can cry. It's a safe space.
Nah, I'm alright. But yeah, Inside, everyone should check it out because it's good.
Agreed.
Right, that is going to be us. We've been going for over an hour. We will be back in 2 weeks. And we should be doing something else with someone else. We'll see what happens there. Hypes, is there anything you'd like to plug? Because I know you don't stream or anything, so anything at all?
Anything
Charity
I'd like.
support? Twitter account? Your OnlyFans?
Yeah. You can catch me at Buy Me a Coffee. No, I have anything to plug. No, I hope to get back into streaming like I ever really started. I tried it once on my old dodgy laptop. But I do hope to get a decent PC and sort of start off on the streaming.
Nice.
Anything to plug? Go follow Pedz. Watch Pedz and all of my other fellow G-Arcaders, Aaron, Yazan, Beaky Devlin, everyone else. They're all good chaps.
I would completely agree with you there. Except for that Jazza, man. He's really mean.
Oh, yeah, actually, he's
so mean when he's always nice to you. How dare he be such a nice guy?
Yeah.
It just makes you feel bad because you can't be as nice as that. That's why he's mean.
Yeah. He's been playing Zelda, so obviously I've not been watching his streams.
Yeah, I've been playing Zelda, but I'm quite early on. I think Jasm's way into it. Like, very far.
I think he's technically played more hours than it's been out. Yeah.
And that's without an early access copy. He just somehow broke time.
He's so nice, we'll let him.
Yeah. He lagged time so much. He finished it before it came out. That's what happened.
Those were the days. Lag 'em.
Yeah. I miss them days where Mario Kart 8 was at its best.
Yes, agreed.
Except for when Matt was winning every race, the bastard.
Well, quite. But yeah. Wasn't stressful.
Yeah, agreed. So that's going to be us. Thank you for everyone who has tuned in and listened. We will be back, like I said, in a fortnight. And I would like to thank House for taking part. It's been a pleasure, man.
It's been a pleasure to be on. I look forward to doing it again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure what's happening for the next one. I've got something planned for the fortnight after that. And the fortnight after that, I've got a plan there as well. So next episode, I'm not sure what's happening. The episode after, it should be Chained Echoes I'm talking about, which is a longer game, which is why I wanted a month to play it, because it's like 50 odd hours long or something, maybe. And then after that, then it's going to be another short game called Coffee Talk 2, which I'm going to be doing with Kerr 9000, because we did Coffee Talk a couple of weeks ago. So I thought, why not talk about the second one? Because I really enjoyed it. It's like really chill. Very different to this. No creepy murdering men, drowning kids, or dogs ripping the balls
Inside
off.
has no chill.
Exactly. Anyway, goodbye.